Peace. So what I want to do is I'm gonna ask him to give me a little history on Circle of Mothers and Sons, a little history on the Great Seal, National and International Affairs, because I remember when Rami Bey was running it, and I said CM Bey, right? CM Bey and that side of the Moorish movement. Your floor, peace, y'all.
Yes. Go ahead, God. Well, I'm gonna share with you, Almighty, how I got the information, how it passed over to me. Okay. A lot of the Moors. Well, in 1993, around that time, prior especially, you only had one group out here that was known in New York State. We didn't know about Circle Mothers and Sons. It's like really later on. Okay. And that was called the Great Seal National Association of Moorish Affairs, headed by Rami Yusuf Bey, good brother, great brother. Okay, I got put on by a brother named Messiah Bey. You know, Messiah Bey was down with the Moors in 1983, 82. He introduced the knowledge to me, but I wasn't yet officially involved with the Moorish movement as an organization. But we shared information. He shared Moorish science with me, and I shared masonry with him, you know. And that was like 1983. So I was studying the science at that time. Then, as time went on, around 1991, I wanted to get involved with the Great Seal National Association of Moorish Affairs. Okay? Messiah said, why am I going to do that? Because I'm not going to learn anything, you know. But, you know, as God, you don't take things on face value. So I went on in the cipher. For about 2 or 3 months, I, you know, was there. Now, mind me, before I actually got involved, they denied me admission. Because I had my name at that time as Nakeem-Bey-Allah. I mean, you can go Allah, you can go Bey, and Allah is my family name, because that's how I got all the knowledge that I have. By being who I say I am today, that's God, the original man.
Right, so you was in the 5% nation.
Right, no doubt, foundation for sure.
God body.
You know, indeed.
Nation of gods and earth, Father Allah, all that.
Indeed, y'all.
That's how we roll.
Indeed.
You know.
So they denied me to have my name changed, and I had certain documents, and made it hard for me to get in. But a brother named Raleen Salahuddin Il, who's one of their lieutenants, who's also God body, acted on my behalf because he knew me for many years, you know. And so later on, I did become a member of that organization, the Great Seal Association, you know. And when I got involved, you know, it was positive brothers, you know, there, and I did learn some points of law. But what transpired is that I went to Jamaica at that time in 1993 without a passport, and I only used Moorish credentials. And I remember before I went there, I went to the Jamaican consulate. I spoke to the vice counsel, the council general at that time. Name I will not give. Some Moors know about it, so right now I'm doing it at this moment. At that consulate, I was asked, where's my headquarters? Where's our headquarters as Moors? And we didn't have a headquarters. The Moors and the Great Seal used to meet on a bus.
The yellow bus, I remember that.
Right, a school bus. It wasn't active, didn't move, but we met there, you know. So I couldn't say that we met on a bus.
No, sir.
You know what I mean? I couldn't say contact certain individuals because they weren't officers functioning in that capacity. So I traveled to Jamaica and I came back. I met an encounter, I was detained for like 2 hours. I was questioned, I showed and proved, and I was treated afterwards with high respect. I came back to the States. Brother Wamba, who was at the Great Seal at that time, and Brother Ali Kareem came to my house because they heard about my travels and how I traveled. They witnessed the affidavit that I put together personally with the immigration stamp on it that allowed me to pass to and through beyond the booths, you know?
Right. Across the borderline.
Yeah, no doubt. So they respected that, man. It was good. They came to my house and they bear witness to it. So during that time, I and some other Moors got together and established a diplomatic corps. Remember that guy back in the day?
I remember that.
Right. I was with a real live ambassador. Charles Fleming from St. Lucia. He was my advisor. He counseled me. I met him through somebody else that I knew, and he acknowledged and gave me advice on establishing the Moorish Counseling. It was legitimate. It was on the square. It was well. And on the bus, I remember one of the brothers asked me who gave me the right to establish a diplomatic card. And my mindset as being God and the original man is like, I don't need authority to do something on behalf of humanity at large.
Word is bond.
You know what I mean? If you see something that got even done, you go out there and you do it. So the council was set up and it was legitimate. Alright? And it was protecting Moors and their rights. Not today how they abuse what they call their Moor birthrights.
Mm-hmm.
They call it now sovereignty. No, it wasn't called sovereignty then. But nonetheless, you know, I was working on doing business with Jamaica and St. Lucia. And I have documents, letters to that effect from these officials.
Right.
You know? So it wasn't about trying to get over it with the system. It wasn't trying to say you're something that you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and at that time, Moors from the Great Seal was calling me a politician. And saying, how can you be a diplomat in your own country? But what I was doing was working. You know what I mean? And I had my own staff. You know, and we was making way, and a lot of the Moors at that time in the Great Seal didn't understand.
They was haters.
Weren't on that level, and definitely they was haters because they weren't doing the action. They wasn't applying it.
Right. Remember, we was out there rolling with the plates.
Right.
Doing the IRS thing.
Right.
Motor vehicle.
Right. We was definitely we fought taxes, but we fought it based on the Moorish Zodiac Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
When they claimed sovereignty, we weren't adopting the European patriot ideology. We dealt with what was taught to us by way of their constitution. You know what I mean? We challenged that. We challenged court jurisdiction. It wasn't based on I am a sovereign flesh and blood person. It was about being a Moorish American.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That was our demonstration. But nonetheless, the diplomatic part of it, Almighty, was now taken to an international position. You know? So, you know, it went on and on. And so there were some individuals that had the diplomatic card, didn't want to reveal it later on or disclose it later on, meaning not wanting to give it back. And one time, 15 Moors from the Great Seal Association were in all black, like military. And one guy had a robe on. So it was 14 in all black, and it was one guy with a robe on. I was inside a building structure that imaged a school, but it wasn't a school. They came to that school where I was teaching law classes and locked it down, door by door, like they was gangsters. Okay? And Rami Brother was there. Rami Brother had a sword in his hand. He had a sword in his hand, and he said, "You have been charged with forgery and impersonating a diplomat and teaching in the school, and forging a diplomatic card."
Like he's some kind of authority.
Exactly. And Juan was there, and I said, "Juan, you are a troublemaker." Cause I know he's the one that initiated it.
Right. Wamba, I remember him.
Wamba Bey, indeed. Right? So, I told individuals that those who were committing offenses were the ones that didn't want to give back the diplomatic card. They were getting in trouble. They weren't under the Moorish counseling that I put together. That was something that those knuckleheads was doing. That was bringing bad news to the Moors on a broad scale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I said, first of all, I told them outright, you know what? And they remember this here. I said, you know what? Y'all bugging the fuck out. Y'all bugging the fuck out. Because they're grown men. And they don't have it all together with the understanding of how this thing works.
Right.
And I ain't no punk, so I can say what I can, have to say.
Right.
You know? So, with that there, I said, this is not a school. Because CMA Constitution says, don't teach in the school because it causes conflict with the Christian doctrine or teachings, the history. That was the deal. You know what I mean, go? So with that being said, the brother, the guy named, I forgot his name. He passed away some years back. He walked from the back, because I told him, it's not a school. You can contact District 5, which is actually on 126th Street, and you can inquire about it. Okay? So the big guy with the robe said from the back, even though it's not a school, it's still a Christian institution. You pay rent.
That's a Christian institution.
You got a 9 to 5. You live in an apartment. Those are all controlled by what you call a Christian institution.